Hello everyone, my name is David and I'm here to follow up on the first video of learning web design with the second, the basics of HTML. Now, let me preemptively describe what HTML is before we start learning it and all that. HTML is the structure of your website. It's how you may organize certain, paragraphs. You maybe even, in certain instances, in certain instances you might be able to make these paragraphs, the text size bigger, smaller. Maybe you can add color to them. You can even change the font. All these are make them bold and italicized. All these different things. You can make lists as well. Very important. And HTML works as a series of tags, really. And what do I mean by a tag? Well, here it's better seen, an example. And this is the first example. This is a tag. You can see the less than p greater than p, or less than p, and then greater than symbol over here on the top. Then it says, my name is David and I like dogs, right? And at the bottom, there's another tag. It's less than the slash p greater than. What does that mean? Well, basically, I have my first tag, which has a p in it, which says what kind of tag it is. In this case, it's a paragraph tag. And at the bottom, I end the paragraph tag by making sure I have a backslash before the P. So, I have a paragraph in HTML that says my name is David. I like dogs. My name is David and I like dogs is the only thing that's going to show up in that paragraph because it's inside the paragraph tag. Now, to get more specific, that P is the reference. And inside of that reference is your content. And you have to make sure you end that tag, you end the reference using that slash. If you have a tag that is not ended, the content will you won't have organization in your website. You're going to have paragraphs going into lists, and you have to make sure you end it with the slash, and that's why it's so important to have the beginning and the end. So P, as here, is not the only kind of tag. There are many other tags. But you don't have to worry about memorizing, P is for this and, this is for that. That comes when you're just naturally programming and making your website. So let's jump over to that and start making our first website. So, as previously done in the last video tutorial, we installed Atom, we opened up and created our first project, and we created a folder for our files, and this should be on your screen. You have Atom, you've booted it up, you went and you clicked File, Open Folder, you went to your folder, and you click Select Folder. Now, if this untitled thing doesn't show up, it's fine, you go and click a New File. Now, what we're going to do with this file over here, we're going to go File, we're going to look for Save As, and we're going to click in the folder that we opened in our project. So first project, we're going to call it index.html. The .html means that this is our HTML, site, and we're going to be able to open this with Chrome or whatever. So let's click that, and there you go. You can see it on the left. That is our index.html. Now I'm going to zoom in here real quick so you can see it better. The first tag we're going to use in HTML is creating the HTML website itself, which is going to be this tag over here, /HTML. This creates the site. Everything inside the site is going to be our website. And for a very basic, like we saw before, other section, we're going to do, let's click tab for 2 spaces, P. Now Atom usually actually already for you closes off the P tag. If not, well, it's no big deal. You just type OK /P. And there you go. Now you can type everything you want inside this tag, and we're going to call, say, the first part of your website, and just write your name, right? And say something you like. I like to program. And that's the first part of my website. So I'm going to click File. I'm going to make sure to save my file. And then we're going to go over to our file directory. Let's go websites, first project, and we're going to open up the same file that we just saved. We're going to open up in whatever, web browser you want. So this could be Chrome, this could be Firefox, anything. So we're going to click, and there we go. We have our first website. Now, in order to let's say add on to the website, we can do many different things and use many different tags. For example, let's say a strong tag. So instead of paragraph, right? Let's say we want to make our text here bold. How would we do that? Well, HTML has two different ways of doing it. The more professional way would actually be the better way, would be the strong tag. Now this means everything inside this strong tag is going to be bold. So when we add the strong tag inside the paragraph tag and we save what we have, we can go back to our website, and as long as we reload the page, it's going to be in bold. So that's pretty cool. And not only can we add different kind of styles to our website, there are many different kind of elements that we can add, not only just a simple paragraph. Let's say we wanted to add a header, right? A big font and big bold font. We can say what our website is, right? So let's go here, click tab again, H1, which is our H1 tag. It's H1 basically the first header. Header number 1 is going to be the biggest header in the page. And we're going to write my website. And again, we're going to go File, Save, or Control S if you're on Windows, that's the keybind. Back to our website, and boom, there you go. You have your big header over here and your paragraph over here. Now, it's not the only thing we can do, of course, and there are surely many other tags. For now, though, this is the basics of HTML and how it works. A series of tags, you add information, you have to make sure to close the tags, and then at the end, you have to make sure you close your HTML. But let's look at how more commonly a website is formed, because you don't usually just have your HTML and then you add all your content. No, there's two parts of your content. So we're going to grab this. Actually, we're going to go, and we're going to do /head. Now, what does this mean? There are two types, two parts of the HTML file, really. There's the head and there's the body. The head really includes a lot of stuff about importing, which we're not going to go through now, but an important thing that you put in the head is the title. So what is our title of our website? Well, we can keep it the same as the header, really. It doesn't matter. You can make sure that you can customize it, make it your own. I'm going to just say David's website. And that's what's going to go in the head. Now in the body, we're going to add everything that we've written already. So we're just going to copy paste and remove all of this. Now, it's going to stay exactly the same as we had it. The content's still going to be there, our paragraph tag, our H1 tag. Our title is not going to show up on our website itself. I'll show you what that is now. But it's going to stay the same, and it's a more formal way, more proper way of forming your website, of structuring your website. So let's go, File, Save, go back to our website. We got to make sure to refresh it, and there you go. The content is the same, but if you look up here, that's what your title is. Your title is the top over here. So these are, again, the most basic tags that you need. And other than text, you can also do lists. So let's say we go and we want to do a list of what, actually, you see, this I like to program here. Let's make that into a list of things that we like. So we can keep it, we have to go outside of the paragraph tag actually, and we have two options. We either have a ordered list or unordered list. And ordered list is going to be numbers. It's going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. And unordered list is going to be just bullet points, really. Let's start with numbers, an ordered list. And like any other tag, there you go, starts and opens. Gotta make sure we remove that. And we can start writing our stuff. Before we start writing our stuff, once you created an ordered list, you also have to have a second tag inside that list in order to say the items of that list. So I might have a list, and I might call that list what I like, right? But I have to make sure I say, well, first the list item, which is going to be the first thing on my list. So it's going to be one dot programming. You can add your own thing, add whatever you want. And let's say we want a second thing. So we add a second list item. And again, for each thing, we have to make sure we end it. Thankfully, Atom does that for us. So we go here and we say sleeping, right? And who doesn't? And then we'll add a third thing. Let's say playing video games, right? Just anything. And there we go. We have our list. We can save this, Control S or File Save. We go back to our website, and there you go. We have our list over here, our 3 things that we entered, and at the top we have what we titled it. So we can do the same thing with unordered lists, just so I can show you guys how that would work. We go, and instead of putting OL, we just put UL, and then we'd have to fix it over here. UL, there you go. Save it again, and now we're no longer going to have those single numbers. Instead, we're going to have bullet points. Useful depending on what you're trying to show. So just to recap what we did in this video, basically, the first thing to know, HTML is made up of tags. It gives structure to your website, and these tags can have different references. So you have a tag, for example, less than, reference, greater than, your little tag. You put your content, and then you have to close off that tag by putting a slash with it before the reference. Now, here are the most important tags to know. We have HTML to start and end the HTML website. We have the headers. We didn't use H2 and H3, but they are there if you want to continue going down in smaller sizes. You have your paragraph tag that we used. We have the strong tag that makes things bold. We have the head tag, which actually makes our not top section, but is the first part, the head of our file. The body, which is all our content for the file. Our title, which sets our title in the website and goes in the head. And we have our ordered list, our unordered list, and then our list items. Now remember, you don't have to memorize these tags. They're not, over time when you just keep making websites and you get more comfortable, they'll come to you. And if they don't, then you can just look them up. There's many great places that just tell you the tag. It's not very difficult. So don't worry about memorizing these. Just make sure you're comfortable with the idea that there are tags. You have to make sure you end the tag, and really you have to have the HTML tag. That is the very, very, very basic necessities for your website. Now in the next video, I'm going to continue to go over some of the basics of HTML, specifically some of the more structural tags that we have, which include divs, which are sections of code, and even columns and rows in a little table that we might use. So please stick around for the next video. Thank you.